A nuclear bomb is set to drop at your area in the next 30 minutes, what's your plan? Delete my browser history, and then have a cup of tea. Leave. The blast radius isn't as big as you think. Do a crazy pose so my nuclear shadow looks cool afterwards. You need to pick the right distance from the ground zero. Too close and you get vaporized, too far and it won't work. Just the right spot though it will. But let's think that through for a second. To make a shadow, here's what happens. The nuke gives off radiation but also a crap ton of light including UV rays that give us regular sunburns. It gives off so much UV in fact that its sun bleaches the entire surrounding area, except where it's blocked. So to make a shadow, you need to provide your body to be sun-bleached and leave a non-sun bleached area behind. That's what your shadow exactly is, it's the original color of the landscape, just blocked by you. Everything else turns white except your shadow. Note, this doesn't kill you, you just have a wicked sunburn and also a bad dose of radiation. Also no access to medical care. Also, you're pretty close to a nuclear bomb blast site, so travel will now be hard in your sun-bleached and radiated state. So, pose up for your UV ray bath. Maybe lather yourself in sunblock level 1000 first. Get in my car, and start live streaming. Drive down the highway for 25 minutes, then turn around and head back. Presumably, the highway going back will be empty. I queue up Freebird so that the solo starts right before the bomb hits. Floor it. I'll go down in history as the Freebird nuke man. Do absolutely nothing due to disbelief, then realize what I'm about to get myself into at 2 minutes left. Go to work so that I don't lose health insurance. Your comments seriously made me realize that 30 minutes wouldn't be enough time for my boss to decide if we would close for the day or not. I always tell the cats that I will open the cheese drawer and let them go wild if we only have 30 minutes. Same as a tornado. Gather the family together, and sit in the structural center of the house away from windows. Maybe put towels over our heads as a final Douglas Adams reference, or just to confuse the future archaeologists. 30 minutes you can get pretty far if you floor it. I would drive as fast as I could away and then try to find a large reinforced building like a corn dryer. If you are alone in knowing it is coming and are not in a city known for traffic congestion, you stand a chance. If everyone finds out then the roads would likely jam up quickly and you might not make it far enough at all. Then if it is not a one-off but a full-scale nuclear war, no point in running and hiding. Modern nuclear bombs don't have the fallout like the older bombs did. It also has a much shorter half-life. As long as you can get more than 5 miles away from the blast you should be okay. I live in a city that isn't dense and can literally drive in any direction straight at least 5 miles. So, I would drive away from it. My dog and I are gonna get some good treats, drink a good bottle and go for a last walk simultaneously. Then try to calm him down by snuggling for the last 5 minutes because you know dogs are going to sense something bad coming. My ride and die in this scenario. Make a to-go bag of basic supplies and drive as far away and as fast as I can. Whenever safe, download as many survival videos off YouTube. Outside the danger zone, get a solar-powered charger for my phone by either buying or stealing from a store. Theft is the least of their worries at that point. Then I'm heading for a cave in Kentucky, find cell service once a day to check what the news is. If it's safe to go back to civilization, or if it's full Fallout 4 mode and this is my new life. Grab my emergency backpack, fill up another backpack with as much non-perishable food as I can, and then walk to the subway station that's 5 minutes away from my apartment. Get as close to ground zero as I can. I figure I have zero chance of surviving at that point, so I might as well try to ensure it's as quick and painless as possible. Can't get much quicker and more painless than instantaneous vaporization. This is the way. All these apocalypse survival movies where everyone is running, screaming and trying to escape the chaos. Nah, I'm good on that friend. You can have the wasteland. This is very much about to be not my problem. I'd always heard the basement of a library is good because books may absorb some radiation. The Eisenhower Tunnel on I-70 in Colorado, 1.7 miles long, unless it turns into Stephen King's The Stand. I work at a nuclear pharmacy which has dosimeters, Geiger counters, potassium iodide tablets, radiac spray, PPE, and lead, and the break room/office is an extra vault that was made to house a particular accelerator, known as a cyclotron. I'm at work right now. So, assuming I'm safe from the initial blast radius, I'd probably go sit at my desk, scroll through Reddit and watch the world end. I would probably go to the bank and ask to go to where I stored my valuables. Rob's bank, put me and all the money in the vault, then shut the door. There is an old building near me that has a basement. I know what boards to move to get into the basement from the outside. It's the only building I know of within about 100 miles that is entirely reinforced brick masonry with a basement, and I'm sure I'd spend the apocalyptic event chatting with several homeless people who also know about the board. We'd all survive though. There is a building at the college I work at that goes 80 feet underground and has a 6-foot thick inward-sloping concrete walls. I'll be in there. I would find the nearest elementary school and hide under one of the desks. Anyway, that's what we were taught when I was in elementary school. Pretty easy, I would go to my nearest bomb shelter. They are all over the place here in Finland and can house up to 4 million people, so more than enough room for the entire urban population. Every metro station also doubles as a bomb shelter, and I can walk to one of those within 10 minutes, so I would probably chill there. There are probably a bunch of shelters even closer to me though, but could be busy. You can actually walk across all of Helsinki center completely underground. I often do when it is raining. The underground network of tunnels is huge. And all bomb-proof. Finland actually has one of the most thorough civil defense programs in the world, where in new development projects, property owners must include a civil defense shelter in buildings of at least 1,200 meters squared. The lady who used to do my taxes told me that her daughter and family were in Hawaii when the false alarm went out. They got in bed with their small children and watched kids' movies, waiting to die, but keeping kids unaware and happy. This went on for some time. There's a fallout shelter in the bank about a mile down from where I live that was built back in the 60s. I'd probably yoink some snacks and a bottle of Jack from the kitchen and sprint down there, then hunker down for a few days. If it's locked, then, well, I can polish off the Jack and wait for the fireworks. I'd probably climb up onto my roof with a lawn chair and a cold beer and watch everything go to crap. I would probably go buy all the frozen pizzas I could carry and head to the flavor zone. Under the blankets, nothing can get you under there. This actually happened to me, sort of. My wife and I were in Hawaii, near Pearl Harbor in 2018 when the ballistic mist alert showed up on my phone. Seek immediate shelter, this is not a drill, it said. For a minute I thought it was fake, but why take the chance? I'd lived in Hawaii before and decided to get as far away from Pearl Harbor as I could before mass panic set in. I drove east towards Kaneohe. There is a tunnel through the mountain and I stopped in the middle. We were the second car to stop and within a few minutes, the entire tunnel was full. After 30 minutes, a friend of mine in Kaneohe texted that it had been a mistake. He had his wife lie down in the bathtub, while he watched the TV for updates. It was a pretty frightening experience. Edit. Wow. This comment blew up, heh. To address the comments about the use of the, I have no idea whether that was a good spot or not. I'd read before that nuclear missiles are detonated thousands of feet in the air, so the blast wave comes downward, then spreads out. I'm no expert though, just something I thought at the time. So, I thought it might just travel down the mountain, slide, and maybe we'd be in there trapped by debris blocking the tunnel, but at least if offered a possible bit of protection. Having very little time to do anything, it at least made us feel better that we were taking action. I was about 90% sure it was a false alarm, but that remaining 10% did a number. I've read accounts of survivors of Hiroshima. Do yourself a favor and don't look it up, and I was hoping for either an all-clear report or a flash of light and nothing more. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video and want more like these, make sure to like, share and subscribe.